What up, man? What up? Welcome back to the kingdom. I'm your host with the most, King Ray Ray, the educated thug slash nerd, the bookworm with the superfly perm. What up, man? Now, I was having a conversation with a chick who is naturally beautiful. I mean, no makeup, a little bit of lip gloss, but no makeup. I'm talking about nothing. No foundation, no nothing. Nothing on her face, man. Skin smooth as hell. Pretty, pearly whites, man. Just naturally beautiful, man. Hair and afro, naturally beautiful. Big full lips, man. Just a beautiful woman. And she was saying that all of her friends tell her that she should go ahead and perm her hair. They don't know how she deals with it. It's too much to manage. And I thought about that and I said, man, I recall a time where you can look into our history, not so far back, where all of our women look like that. That was beautiful. That still is beautiful. This stuff we see today, man, that's not beauty. Having makeup caked up on your face where you don't even look the same with makeup off, that's not beauty. That's clown paint. And I said, you know what? Why is it that we as men accept that as beauty? And I thought about it. Suddenly, I heard somebody say in my head, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I say, man, that's bullshit. Beauty is not in the eye of the beholder. No one believes beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's foolish. No one believes that. The only people who want to lean on that are people who are not beautiful. But no one really believes that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Those who foolishly live by this idea are simply convincing themselves that they have somehow found the beauty in an otherwise ugly person, place, or thing in their lives. Those are the only people who say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I've never heard anything so foolish in my life. Dev, what up? You see, some things are just uglier than others. That's just the way it is. And by the same token, some people are just more attractive than others. And then there are those who are widely considered, to be perhaps, one of the most beautiful women on earth. There are some women that we all think are beautiful. But let me tell you something. At no point should we compromise what our concept of beauty is to fit into society's norms or expectations, or not be victimized by any pushback for, body shaming or any of these other things, makeup shaming or hair weave shaming or wig shaming or any of these other things. Let me tell you something, man. It's gotten to the point where our women don't know what beauty is. So they just do whatever they're going to do. And as men, we just have to accept that. If we want to deal with those women, we just have to accept that. So we've gotten to the point now where we don't even view natural women as the most beautiful women anymore. We have gotten used to seeing what is not what a woman's supposed to look like with her face beat. Man, let me tell you something, man. I literally saw a chick, and this was a chick, and this chick was on my team. She had an event coming up, and she got her face beat for the first time. And bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. She looked totally different. You understand? I mean, she's already a pretty girl, but with that on, she didn't even look the same. Her eyebrows were different. They were stuck in a position. Like, they weren't even her real eyebrows. So I sat down and watched, man. After that, I watched a video on a woman getting her face beat. Bruh, it's witchcraft. It's sorcery, man. It's sorcery. You can make a 70-year-old woman look 30 with makeup, bruh. You can make a woman with terrible skin and terrible hair and everything else. You can make her look like a beauty queen with synthetic hair and makeup and lashes and painted on eyebrows, man. Whatever happened to the concept of beauty? I'm going to tell you. See, you got to understand that the definition of beauty has long ago been established. Beauty was established before you and I were born. See, think about this. Our entire southern coast, from Texas, well, you can go from Southern Cal all the way to Texas. Texas does have some landlocked parts, but Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, all coast. No one comes to America to visit the beaches of coastal Mississippi or Louisiana. No one does. When people visit Louisiana, they don't go for the beaches. When people visit Mississippi, they don't go for the beaches. Now, there are some people who visit maybe Gulf Shores, Alabama. Gulf Shores, Alabama is great. The beaches are white and the water is blue again when you get that far east. But when people come here for beaches, they either go upstate, East Coast, because that's where they want to be, and hit those islands out there off the Atlantic coast, or they go to South Beach, Miami, or San Diego, California. We have places that have beautiful beaches. Everyone knows that. People in Mississippi are not saying, well, they are doing us wrong. They don't have a petition going around saying Mississippi beaches are the most beautiful. They know their beach is ugly as hell. Louisiana knows that their coast is ugly as hell. Nobody wants to go there. It's ugly. When you look at South Beach and you look at the coast of Mississippi, when you look at Biloxi, Mississippi, or Gulfport, Mississippi, and you look at South Beach, come on, bro. We talking about night and day. We talking about a butt ugly girl versus a beauty queen right there. When we talk about cars, you remember a time when nobody wanted to drive Honda or Nissan or Toyota or Dyson or any of those things, man, because the cars were reliable. You always been able to put 500,000 miles on one of those cars, but they were ugly as hell. Nobody wanted them because they were ugly. They messed around and changed the body style. Got them looking like BMWs and Lexus now. Guess what? Everybody's driving them. Because we know what ugly is. No one drives a Buick. That we call them now, sorry, Burke. But a Buick. No one drives a Buick. Who drives a Burke? Nobody wants that. It's ugly. Who wants that crap? In every facet of life, we look and we let beauty be beauty and ugly be ugly. Except for when it comes to women. When it comes to women, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, let me tell you something. What kind of eyes you got in your head where you can behold beauty in some ugly? Help me understand that. My city, appreciate the super chat, brother. Explain that to me. In most aspects of life, majority rules. When you look at politics, the majority rules. Donald Trump is in the White House right now because the majority of the voters voted for him. He got the majority of the electoral college votes. That's why he's in the White House. He got acquitted on his impeachment because the majority of those who were in a position to find him guilty found him innocent. The majority rules in every facet of life. So why don't we let that apply to, let's say, these people go out here, man, and they build. Let's look at the construction of homes now. The construction of homes, man, you can go buy a house that was built in 1989 or even 1979 and dump you about $150,000 in it and have a much better home than you can buy right now, unless you're gonna spend a boatload more money. These newer homes, man, they all roof. They all roof and attic space. You take the roof and you take the attic space and garage off of them, you got a 2-bedroom apartment. But that's what it is. They don't want this society to understand what beauty is. That way you could throw up anything and everything's beautiful. They say art is abstract. No, it's not. I see paintings all the time. Somebody just splashed some paint on the wall. They can say it's abstract, man. That's ugly. They just threw some paint all over the canvas, man, with a brush, just slung it on there how they want to. I don't care what they see. What I see is an ugly canvas with a whole bunch of paint splashed on it. Now, you could try to say art is abstract. Okay, yeah, art is abstract. It's kind of like listening to somebody who can't float. You listen to a rapper that can't rap, man, he just can't rap. Nobody thinks he can rap. Nobody thinks Trinidad James can rap. Nobody thinks Silk the Shocker can rap, man. But you know what? Nobody thinks Kendrick can't rap. Nobody thinks Drake can't rap. You see what I'm saying? Nobody thinks J. Cole can't rap. We understand beauty in every facet of life. Nobody thinks that Ross picks bad beats. Everybody agrees that Ross is one hell of a beat picker. Everybody also agrees that Nas has had a problem picking beats. So, in every other facet of life, we accept that beauty has been defined. We accept that good has been defined. We accept that acceptable has been defined. But when it comes to dealing with women, boy, we are in a society that's telling us we got to accept everything. That's why a 300-pound woman to show up at the beach with a two-piece bikini on. Why? Because she can. But don't nobody want to see that? Honestly, who in the world wants to see 350-pound woman with a two-piece bikini on at the beach? Nobody wants to see it. It is not attractive. It doesn't look good. It's not a knock on the woman. It's not an attack on the woman. But it don't look good 350-pound nigga to be out there, man, with a wife beat on. It don't look good, bruh. We know what looks good and we know what looks bad. And we got to stop allowing society to tell us, man, that we got to accept what's bad as good. And just chalk it up to the game and act like, what we seeing ain't really what we seeing. C. Rob, appreciate the super chat, brother. And I want y'all to think about this. If we're going to let majority rule in all aspects of life, in most aspects of life anyway, why not let it rule in the aesthetics of beauty as well? Beauty and attractiveness is just like everything else. Beauty is beauty, ugly is ugly. Think about this. We've never heard financial status shaming. So if you broke as hell, somebody can call you broke. Ain't nothing you can do about it. There is no financial status shaming. We've never heard of education level shaming. If you're dumb as hell, you dropped out in the 6th grade, people can call you dumb as hell. Ain't nothing you can do. There is no education level shaming. If you don't have no moral compass and you're just an evil person, I'm talking about do anything, evil energy come with you as soon as you enter the room. There is no spiritual awareness shaming. People can talk about you like a dog and call you the devil himself. They can call you the devil spawn. They can call you a demon. They can call you imp. They can call you a warlock. They can call you whatever they want to call you. They can call you a voodoo witch doctor. Whatever they want to call you, they can call you that. There is no spiritual awareness shaming. But there is fat shaming, body shaming, skin tone shaming, weave shaming, a whole bunch of shaming. But they're all attached to physicality. Let me tell you something. Nothing drains a man's masculine energy more than being tied to a woman he's not attracted to. I say again, nothing drains a man's alpha energy more than being stuck with a woman he's not attracted to. You're talking about your libido dying on you? You're talking about not ever being able to get bricked up again? You're talking about developing some man boobs, talking about getting ED, talking about getting enlarged prostate, all kind of things go on. When you're stuck with a woman you're not attracted to because you got to figure out a way for her to be beautiful to you. You know how hard it is, man, to look at something that's not pretty, man, and then figure out a way to make it pretty to yourself? That's another thing about marriage, man. Marriage is one of those institutions, man. Marriage tells you that you gotta still want that woman, man, no matter how she look. You got a woman, man, you marry her, she 135, man. A year later, man, she 275, man. You still supposed to want her. You still supposed to be attracted to her because you made these vows to have and to hold and to love and to cherish. She love and lust are two different things, and lust is based on beauty. Love and lust are two different things, and lust is based on beauty. Point blank. That's just the reality of it. See, let me tell you what the problem is. All these appearance based shaming languages, shaming tactics run rampant as catchphrases, slogans, and call words because men are so weak and uptight for sex that women get to manipulate the understanding and outlook of what the sexually available woman is supposed to look like, is supposed to act like, is supposed to be. So even if a woman is attractive and she got 5 kids by 6 men, that's unattractive. See what I'm saying? Let's say you got a beautiful woman with a terrible attitude. That attitude makes her unattractive. But we live in a society that says whatever one brings to the table is beautiful enough. Maybe beautiful. It may be beautiful enough for them, but it's not beautiful enough for us. But that's the society we live in. This society says that if it's beautiful enough for them, it's beautiful enough for us. We just have to accept that that's what beauty is. See, the personal connection to art, architecture, and beauty render them immune to clear cut distinctions as to what is acceptable and what is not. Let me tell you something. Let's say Megan Good. Let's say Megan Good. Not the way she looks now, but the way she did. None of us are gonna say that she was ugly. When she was younger, before she got light skin and all that, man, none of us is gonna say she was ugly. All of us may not say she's the most beautiful woman around, but none of us gonna say she's ugly. See what I'm saying? There are several women, man, in the industry, in these industries that we look at, and we're not gonna say they're ugly. But at the same time, any man who says that Whoopi Goldberg is beautiful is crazy. She got the natural hair and she got all that. She's just not an attractive woman. If Oprah Winfrey takes the makeup off, man, well, none of us is going to say that Oprah Winfrey is an attractive woman, even with the makeup on. At her best, she's fairly presentable, but she is not. But at her normal, come on, man. None of us is going to say that. She filthy rich, man, and there's still some men that wouldn't touch Oprah. You know what I'm saying? If they can get access to all the money, they still wouldn't touch her. You know, the bottom line is we as men have to accept the fact that we are not going to just be, prodded to stick to our idea of what beauty is. We're going to be prodded and poked and pushed into the direction where we just accept that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that means that, and this is the problem. If we were really talking about beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then it'd be up to the men who's beholding the woman. But when they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, they're not talking about us. They're talking about the woman beholding her own self, beholding her own beauty. That's how a man gets in a situation with an unattractive woman who's acting like she's fine, treating him like she's a dime. You see what I'm saying? If a woman gonna be having an attitude like a dime, she better be bad. You better not be taking no dime attitude from no 4. You better not. But then that society we live in, where men are taking dime attitude. They're taking bad chick attitude they're taking a bad chick attitude from a sad chick. See, it is perfectly okay and should be commended when we as men unify around a widespread idea of beauty or lack thereof, and use it to demand the preservation of our surroundings. We want ideal beauty to be preserved, man. We want the things around us to be preserved. That's one good thing about being down in Louisiana, Mississippi, man, or even Alabama. You get a whole lot of natural environment that hasn't been tampered with, hasn't been touched, haven't been raised in order to build something on it. But in the rest of society, trees and wildlife are being destroyed at an alarming rate only to be replaced by drab concrete and steel for our commercial and residential swallowing up of real estate. That's really all we're dealing with right now. So you look around, man, the earth is being destroyed, and then you got to deal with that, and then you got to accept the fact that a woman who's not attractive is attractive. You got to treat her like she's attractive. You got to tell her she's attractive. You can't treat her like she's not attractive. It's good, man. Boy, let me tell you something. Being forced to accept something that's unattractive as attractive, that'll make me bow out. I bow out, bro. I go monk in America and then go to African village. Not an African city, African village. You know what I'm saying? I won't go to Nairobi, Kenya. I go to the village. I go to a village where every day they got to get up and go to the river. That's what I'm talking about. See, listen, even when it come down to babies, man, not all babies are pretty. Although all babies are precious, hey man, they're a precious cargo. All little babies are precious cargo. But there's some ugly babies, man. I've seen a few ugly babies, man. I've seen some ugly babies, man. I'm talking about some babies. I'm like, boy, I hope you grow out of that. You've seen some too. Not all babies are beautiful babies, man. Not all babies are pretty babies, man. None of that. Some of them got an uphill battle in physical appearance. See, most of us have. Now, I'm going to tell you what the main problem is. Most of us have much more relaxed standards at the low end of beauty than at the high end. When it comes to a woman that we create, that we would equate to a dime or a 9 or whatever your high number is, mine is a 9.4. Whatever woman we would equate to being a dime, we pretty stiff with that. You understand? We pretty steady with that. She got to have these qualifications right here. That makes her a dime. On the low end, you get down around 5 and 4. Man, we'll let a few 2s and 3s slide into the 5. She could be toe up in the face, but man, she got a fat butt, man, a little bit of waist. We'll let her slide into the 5. Well, we know good and real, man, that don't move her to number from 2 to 3. But we'll slide all the way up to 5. So on the low end of our standards, we are more. There's a much wider net. We cast a much wider net on the low end of our standard, because technically there ain't much difference between a 5 and a 4, and there's even less difference between the 4 and the 3. So technically a 3 is a 5. You know what I'm saying? There just isn't enough difference to make a distinction that a 5 is much better than a 3. It's really not. A 3 and 5 are so close that a 3 can have some physical qualities and characteristics that are better than a 5. You know what I'm saying? When with me, the numbers are about face. The numbers are about face value. So when you look at the face of a 5, yeah, the face of a 5 is better than the face of a 3, but a 3 may have a better body. You know what I'm saying? Thicker thighs, firmer butt, flatter stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the type of things that. See, my thing is this right here. The same way women prefer us lean, it's the same way we prefer women lean. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way we prefer women lean. Now, we don't prefer women to be chiseled up. I don't want a woman that's chiseled with her abs all blocked up and her body hard because she ain't got no body fat on her like that. I don't want no bodybuilder chick. But having a chick, man, with a flat stomach, small waist, wide hips, round butt. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't do much better than that. So There, once you get past five, listen, man. This is real talk. Every woman 7 and up, if she's a 7 and up, she got to have a flat stomach. You can't be a 7 without a flat stomach. You simply can't be a 7 without a flat stomach. So we talking about flat stomach start at 7. It got to take way more than that to put a woman at 9 or 10. If you use 10, got to take way more than that to put a woman at 9 or 10. But a flat stomach, you can't. I don't care how pretty your face is. I don't care about nothing else. If your stomach ain't flat, you can't. Cause if your stomach flat, then your waist small. If you ain't got a snatch waist and a flat stomach, you can't even go 7. You got to be 6 or lower. Yeah, that you know what? Slim, thick, ugly face women with a teardrop bottom are hard to turn down, man. Not really. They ain't hard to turn down, man. They ain't hard. They hard to. They're not hard to turn down. You just overlook things that you shouldn't overlook. You know what I'm saying? If you can seriously say ugly face, you should overlook her. Real talk. Especially, man, if you got all your stuff together. I feel like this, man. A man who got his body tight shouldn't hit nothing less than 7s. We ain't even talking about your money. We talking about if your body tight. If your body tight, you should hit nothing less than 7s. Period. I'm talking about true 7s. I ain't talking about some 5 that you done made a 7 because you got a picture of her with her hair done a different way that make her look better. I ain't talking about that. Because let me tell you how crazy it is. I've sent a partner of mine a picture, 2 pictures of the same chick. He thought it was different chicks. One chick, she had one picture. She had a hairstyle, man, that absolutely did not fit her. After I took the picture of her, I showed it to her. I wanted her to see so I could point out to her what was going on with it. And man, I made her change that. She never got that hairstyle again. But the new hairstyle she got, I sent my partner a picture of that. He was like, man, damn, she bad. In the first picture, they were talking about, man, what's wrong, man? What's wrong with her hair, man? Why she? Man, I don't like her. Second picture, man, he like, damn, she bad. Boy, where you find her at? I never did tell him it was the same chick. So, you know, a lot of these things about beauty go into seeing a woman at her worst, then seeing her at her best. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how far she goes from her best to her worst, then you know that her number is lower. Her actual number is lower. You know what I'm saying? If if she gets dolled up and dimed up and it goes and puts her in another stratosphere, then you know that her number was low in the first place. There isn't much change that a beautiful woman can do to herself to beautify herself more. You know what I'm saying? You get an 8 or 9, there's not much more that she can do. So even if she gets to 10, she's still gonna pretty much look the same. She may be dressed up, or she may have a face, have a, you never know. She may have a different hairstyle or whatever goes on. But once you get to 8, 8 and 10 are so close that sometime an 8 can dime up to a 10. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes a 10 can dummy down to an 8 depending on how you catch her. But see, these are the type of numbers we should be talking about. I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers. This is real talk. Unless you're talking about a one man that's already been on your team, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. One of the women that's been on my team for the longest, man, is a 6. You know what I'm saying? She ain't always been a 6, but gradually, just over the years, man, over the 15 years of knowing her, man, I mean, she's gone from being a 9, man, and she's I give her when she can clean up to a 7. But I mean, shit. I mean, she was a 9. So, and she's loyal. So I mean, I don't like. I'm not intimate with her anymore. But like, just because I'm not intimate with a woman, don't mean I'm gonna cut her off. If there's other benefits from her, I'm cool with that. Cause I prefer to get other benefits from a woman anyway. But I mean, shit, when a woman a 9, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard. It's hard not to touch up a 9, bro. It's hard as hell. Now that is hard. Now, the homie here just said, man, slim, thick, ugly face women are hard to turn down. Nah, man, 9s are hard to turn down. You know what I'm saying? A chick that's a 9, that's hard to turn down right there. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is another thing that I want y'all to understand too. Beauty is also what you think beauty is. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a woman who I had a partner, man, who had got with her before, man. And he was like, man, like he to him she was ugly, and I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, man, she was shit, man. She was pretty as shit to me. And we looked at her at the same time one time, and I was like, bro, I don't see what you're saying. I don't see what you're saying, man. I don't know what he was saying, man. I'm a pretty good judge of physical attractiveness, man. And to me, man, she was pretty, man. She was tall, man. She was like 5'7", 5'8", man. But man, when I'm talking about boy, she was bowled up, man. You know what I'm saying? Legs was kind of bold, man. Hips was wide, man. Thighs was firm. Stomach was flat. You know what I'm saying? You can sit a wine bottle on the back of on her backside, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. To me, man, she was a stallion. You know what I'm saying? Face was pretty, lips was full, man. Eyes was kind of slanted, man. She was bad to me. I don't know what that nigga was talking about, man. I think that boy was blind. He needs some glasses. You know what I'm saying? And now we talked about it a couple of times, man. He was like, man, I don't see what you see. I was like, bro, you blind. So there are the occasions where that can happen, but it's rare. It's rare. On no other occasion have we ever had that discussion where I was on one side of the fence, he was on the other. For the most part, we always on one side of the fence. Now he showed me a chick one time, man. I don't know what he saw in her, man. Man, listen, man, she was skin as a man. She looked like a fishing rod. You know what I'm saying? She was pretty in the face, man, but her body, she ain't have no curves, man. And he was like, man, I like, man, bro, don't never send no shit like that to my phone no more, ever. You do, home, we ain't partners no more. I'm gonna block you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But to him, he was like, man, you crazy, man. That girl, that bad. So, I mean, on the rare occasion, that happens. But for the most part, we all understand what beauty is. And even in either one of those cases, if either of us was really honest, neither of us would really say that, nah, man, she butt ugly. Like, they just want our cup of tea. Gee, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. So, I say this, man, you got to keep in mind, bro, that we have to stick to our idea and concept of beauty. We cannot have this society telling us what's beautiful and what's not, what we should consider as beautiful and what we should not consider as beautiful. See, you got to think about this, man. This whole beauty is skin deep, beauty is only skin deep, man, that's a lie. Beauty is not only skin deep because there's internal beauty as well. We don't separate the two beauties. Because I'm going to tell you, inner beauty is an amazing find, but only when it's housed within an aesthetically pleasing physical package. I don't care about a woman's inner beauty if her outer beauty if her outer beauty ain't there. I ain't gonna never find out about her inner beauty if her outer beauty doesn't draw me to her. If I'm not attracted to her, I don't want to know how nice she is. I don't want to find out how she is. I don't want to spend no time with her, not on no intimate level, if the physical attraction isn't there. So if physically, she's not aesthetically pleasing, then hey man, we got a problem. I don't even understand how you get past that. That's a real life issue right there. So beauty is not only skin deep, contrary to what you've been told. Man, beauty is from the skin all the way in. And listen, we always say all the time that one with a bad attitude it'll affect her physical beauty. You understand? And that's the reality of it. Like Bobby B said, we used to hang out tough, just kicking around. We discovered a love that can never be found. I gave you my heart, I gave you my mind, but a true love affair we can never find. Although I want you bad, I could let you go. Cause there's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. No to the fact that I want you, Jackie. I want you more than human eyes can see. But you had to start illing, try to make a killing. Thought about the dollars I make and you a million. We gotta understand, man. But with a bad attitude, I can't compete. Bad attitudes change your outlook on beauty of a woman. But an ugly body and an ugly face change your outlook on how much her inner beauty matters. See, we can't say that her inner beauty, her inner ugliness affects her outer beauty without saying her outer ugliness affects her inner beauty. It's the same thing. But women don't care about their inner beauty. They don't care what you think about their inner beauty. They care what you thinking about their outer ugly. They want you to think their outer ugly is pretty. They don't care what you think about their inner beauty or their inner ugly because they feel like they have the right to have those attitudes. They have the right to be that type of woman. They have the right to show that type of energy as long as you don't body shame them or fat shame them or wig shame them or weave shame them or makeup shame them or any of that shame them. Then they're okay. They could care less what you think about them inside. AC Andrew Charles, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Devon Miles, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. These are the type of things, man, that we have to understand, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, true beauty has no rules by which it is governed, as it is mostly instinctive. And the thing is, as men, the majority of us are instinctively, we're similar. You know what I'm saying? Instinctively, we're similar. Instinctively, all human men are similar. Instinctively, all male lions are similar. Instinctively, all male pit bulls are similar. Instinctively, all male giraffes are similar. You see what I'm saying? All male chimpanzees, all male gorillas, all male colobus monkeys, all male crappie are, all male snakes, all male ducks. We're all of our species, when you're a part of a particular species, then instinctively you're similar to the others. You're similar to the others. So, you know, the with us being instinctively similar, let's put it like this. There aren't many 50-50 ugly pretty women on the planet. There are no women on the planet where you put them up on a jumbotron, and 50% of the men on the planet are gonna say they're ugly, and the other 50% are gonna say they're pretty. That's just not realistic. It's always gonna be the majority says she's ugly or the majority says she's beautiful. That's how it's gonna be. There are no 50-50 ugly pretty women, and that's the reality of it. It's not realistic, man. Realistically, we can't look at life from that perspective and say this is what it is. It's a lie. It's a lie, man. Either the majority of men will say she's attractive or she's ugly. Prime, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. See, no one has ever called a fat man lean, fit, or in shape. But fat chicks are called thick, BBW, big bone, and etc. all the time. When have you ever seen a man with a huge gut called fit, or ripped, or lean, or in the best shape of his life, or any of that? There are no positive connotations for a man who's out of shape, but there can't be any negative connotations for a woman who's out of shape. This society is depriving men of their right to have women that they're attracted to. It shuns you. Oh, and don't you dare leave a woman because you're not attracted to it and go get with a woman that you are attracted to. You just got to keep in mind, man, that we live in a society